Hi, welcome in. Hamish Taylor here again on a quick video about how to take supplements. We'll cover all sorts of other elements about supplement taking in future videos, but this is about how to take them. Not necessarily what to take, although that will cover it a little bit because that does depend on when you're taking them. But this is about how to take your supplements and when to take them. As I say, not really what to take. So this is often an area that is really confusing because essentially on the pot it says take with food, and that is very common for most supplements because they are essentially food and they need all the same mechanisms to get into your body, i.e. to be absorbed, not just to get into your gut, but actually to be absorbed from your gut into the body as food does. Now there are a few supplements like some of the free amino acids that if you want to make them work functionally, work better if you take them away from food, and that's something for another video as well. But essentially these supplements should be taken with food, and it's not with water with food, it's with food. Now the reason for this is, as I said, very simple in the sense that we want to get them in with the same chemistry, but also lots of people take them with water because they think that that's easier. And that's because they've not been taught any differently, and also they have probably got used to that with taking medications, and of course that's not today's conversation at all because those all have their own specific timings, etc. So this is about taking your simple foundational supplements with food. Now why with food? Well, we've covered the biochemistry, it just makes them absorb better. But if you take them with water, we have to get over a very strong gag reflex. We have a strong gag reflex to lumps in water. And that's a simple ancient process that helps us drink without having to actually look at the water. But we have a strong gag reflex in case something's fallen into your glass or your cup. Also, if you're drinking direct from a stream or spring, then you would obviously want to be able to spit out a piece of wood or a leaf or something that might have fallen in there, like a bug or something like that. So we have a very strong gag reflex for lumps in water, but we don't have a strong gag reflex for lumps in food. And most of us have tried to put a tablet in and try and knock it back with some water, and it's really not a pleasant experience. And this gag reflex is not something that we want to really evoke whilst we're eating, because whilst it is involving the vagus nerve and various other things, it's not the calming, relaxing process that we want. So with food, it should be with food as well, not around food, not near food, with food. So not 10 minutes before whilst you're preparing the meal, not first thing in the morning with your half awake cup of coffee, or not after a meal once you've forgotten or re-remembered. It should be with food. So getting some mouthfuls into the body first so the stomach is ready to get all the chemistry going to optimize the absorption. So first mouthful chewed up extremely well, swallowed down. Second mouthful chewed up extremely well, swallowed down. And usually from about the third mouthful onwards is a good time to take the supplements. So clearly you're going to chew up a mouthful really, really well to the point that you really want to swallow it, and then you're going to slip the capsule or tablet in and then swallow it down all in one go. Now it takes a little bit of mental preparedness to do that if you haven't done this for the first time, but it is about really chewing that up incredibly well and then putting it in, throwing it straight to the back, to the soft palate with your tongue, and literally swallow it down without thinking about it. And you're not going to chew the capsule or the tablet. That is a pretty miserable business if you do, and not really what they're recommended for. Sometimes there's a rare occurrences where that might be useful, but essentially you're going to swallow this thing whole and get it into the stomach where there is already food, and there is going to be food chasing it down as well to make sure it really clears and doesn't get in any way engaged with the esophagus, which is the tube taking your food to your stomach. And that really is about it, except for a few important caveats or little details. If you're taking some fat soluble supplements or fat-based supplements, and the fat-soluble vitamins are A, D, E and K, and supplements are typically a fish oil or a vegan equivalent, then they need to be taken with food which contains, or at least a meal which contains fat protein. Fat ideally, because it's then going to stimulate your gallbladder to produce the right chemistry to emulsify those fats in your gut so that they can then be absorbed properly into the lymphatic system. Don't take them, as I said, with your coffee in the morning or with a bowl of porridge or a bowl of pasta without any fat. But if that pasta has got some tuna or some olive oil in the salad or coconut or some nuts and seeds or something like that, absolutely fine to take them then. But we want to stimulate that fat chemistry, that fat digestive ability, to really allow these fats to get into the body, particularly the vitamins D and K2. Really important for most people, particularly in living in this environment, and also the fish oil or vegan equivalent. So just to recap, chew your food extremely well to the point that you want to swallow. Put the capsule in, throw it to the back of the mouth with the tongue and swallow it all in one simple movement. Try to avoid using water if you can, because diluting your digestive juices is not what we want to do, and that really is going to be a huge subject that we'll cover in due course. So hope that helps. Hope that's useful. Do comment down below if you want to, because it would be really interesting to get your feedback on this. And for more videos, stay tuned.